So, Ferb, what do you want to do today?
Maybe it's my nostalgia speaking, but man, that opening score, you just know you were in for a wild ride after hearing that for the first time. Also, I love how the first line ever spoken in the show is Phineas's setup to the iconic catchphrase, "Hey Ferb, I know what we're gonna do today."
I, for one, am starting to get bored, and boredom is something up with which I will not put.
Great way to show that your kid characters are much smarter than normal. Make them quote Churchill. Side note, I love how Rollercoaster the musical makes a callback to Phineas's quote.
Not like that one we wrote at the state fair.
Please exit to the left.
Man, that was lame.
As the show went on, cutaway gags similar to Family Guy, something Dan Povenmire, one of the show's creators, actually worked on, became less and less frequent. Still, this gag in particular was pretty darn memorable. I remember building the pathetic roller coaster all the time in Minecraft. Memories.
I know what we're gonna do today!
The first of many in the series.
We're gonna build a roller coaster!
Alright, Vincent Martella's prepubescent voice leaves a lot to be desired, but come on, the guy was around 14 when he recorded the pilot. Crazy to think that someone so young could shape an entire generation's worth of kids.
I'm in charge, right? You did tell them I'm in charge.
Relax, Candace. Nobody has to be in charge.
But what if there's an emergency?
Candace's first ever lines really do justice to her character. A perfect introduction.
Mom says I'm in charge conditionally.
Whatever.
Wait a minute, what are you doing?
Homework.
It's summer.
That's cool. You wait till the last minute then.
Phineas is surprisingly mean. He even lies to Candace, something he'd never do. You'll notice that he's pretty sarcastic throughout the entire episode, and yet it doesn't detract from the pilot episode's greatness. And hey, in hindsight, it's pretty interesting to see the direction Phineas could have gone if the creators didn't realize, hey, annoying younger siblings are annoying. Let's change that. You know, the moving back and forth gag is one that appeared a couple times in the earlier episodes, only to be forgotten about later, but I always thought it deserved a bit more love.
No, I told you I can't. I'm watching my brother and stepbrother.
You don't really see blended families in cartoons, back then and even up to now, so this was pretty revolutionary.
Phineas, what is this?
That was a pretty intense way to introduce the boys' first big idea, almost like an origin story.
You are going down, 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 down!
I always found this part really funny.
Hey, Phineas.
Hey, Isabella.
What you do?
The first what you doing? Poor Isabella, she'll have to wait till pretty much the end of the series before she'll get any attention from Phineas, but hey, patience is a virtue. As the show progressed, the focus of the series started shifting more and more away from Phineas and Ferb and onto Candace and Doofenshmirtz instead. Check out Brian Koch's video on the finale if you want more insight. What's interesting to me is that we're focusing on Phineas and Ferb construct their big idea, something we seldom see going forward. The writers really were playing the long con here. It means absolutely nothing now, but back in 2007, did this take anyone else by surprise? What a twist. The boy's mindless pet is actually a secret agent. If you only saw the theme song and a few screenshots of the show, you wouldn't think the show would be this complex. Building on two simultaneous plots like that.
We're all counting on you.
From Monogram's exposition to the iconic sound of Agent P's theme song, this was an incredible moment to see for the first time. Doobie doobie dooba doobie doobie dooba. Ah, yes, super food stuff, Mark.
I seem to recall you telling me that the boys were training monkeys to juggle bicycles, and when I came home, there was a stunning lack of monkeys.
I still don't know how they clean that up so fast.
I love that the show makes it that the roller coaster isn't actually Phineas and Ferb's first rodeo. Maybe of the summer, but not as a whole. Candace knows what's up. I also love how this bit of dialogue dictates the little mystery that gets us wondering, how on earth did Phineas and Ferb clean up after the monkeys? And how on earth are Phineas and Ferb gonna clean up the roller coaster? Obviously, after all this time, we know it's mostly because of Doofenshmirtz, but man, at the time, without knowing, this was pretty suspenseful.
Aren't you a little young to be a roller coaster engineer?
Yes I am.
Firstly, iconic exchange. Secondly, that's TikTok star Dan Povenmire's voice. Okay, funny gag. Obviously, Phineas is smarter than to write in crayon and make a backwards R, but it really solidifies just how young these kids are. We don't have the iconic jingle just yet, but that building, hands down the most iconic cartoon building of all time, right? Is that a thing people keep track of? Iconic cartoon buildings?
Ah, Benny the Platypus.
Dr. Doofenshmirtz is always a win.
But an unexpected surprise. And by unexpected, I mean completely expected!
How many people could have foreseen that this random mad scientist guy would end up being the greatest character in all of cartoon history? I definitely didn't. You understand, mechanical hands are the ruler of everything.
I, Dr. Heinz Doofenshmirtz, have covered the entire eastern seaboard in tinfoil.
The European hybrid accent goes away later on, but it does wonders for Dr. D in the early episodes. It really does set him apart from the other animated villains at the time, especially since a lot of the stuff that we love about him now is kind of absent in these early episodes, such as the jingle and the backstories, the innators, humor, Vanessa, Norm.
What could he possibly have to gain? Well, let me just answer that by saying I haven't really worked out all the bugs yet. I mean, you know, the tinfoil alone cost a lot.
Doof's sense of humor isn't on full display yet, but this is a really great sneak peek into the future. Even he doesn't know why he wants to reverse the rotation of the Earth.
Maybe we better take it.
Candace just has no luck, ever, and this is a great sneak peek into the future of that.
I'll be in the dairy section if you want to come yell at some cheese or anything.
I love it when Linda gets sarcastic. Okay, this bait and switch was hilarious as a kid, and I'll be honest, it's still pretty hilarious now.
The coolest coaster ever!
Okay, in hindsight, the roller coaster reveal is a bit odd. Later on, Phineas and Ferb just kind of build things for their friends and for the heck of it. But regardless, this is an amazing payoff to all the building they did earlier. Go roller coaster, go roller coaster. Yeah, this is one of the few episodes that doesn't have a song, but you know what? They made up for it. This sequence is just pure, unadulterated fun. Seeing two kids make a roller coaster is one thing, but to see the extent of their build for the first time, amazing. And hey, this was one of my favorite Disney games growing up. I wonder if it's still available.
Date and sell it again when it had a sunset view. I just... Ha! You missed!
Not gonna lie, something that I randomly always quoted was, "Ha! You missed!" I don't know why. That was violent for a kid's show. I mean, the show really never went to this kind of violence ever again, but man, I didn't see that coming. Doof screams really funny.
Rotation of this! Well, that didn't work.
I don't know why, but the way he delivers that line is hilarious. Early installment weirdness, CGI, teamwork.
Oh, Mom! Mom!
We've all quoted Ashley Tisdale's "Mom, Mom." Way to show that Perry's a quick thinker, especially because he doesn't ever talk.
You saved us, Perry the Platypus! You, Perry the Platypus!
You saw that joke coming from a mile away, and it still made you laugh. And this is the moment where we go, oh, that's how the show is gonna work. Phineas and Ferb build things, Doofs and Naders do things, Candace never gets to bust her brothers. Done. Simple, effective, greatest formula of all time.
Yes.
Fine, then let's go home!
And now we end the pilot with a race to the finish.
Oh, there you are, Perry. Nice hat, Isabella.
Perry returns a lot earlier than most other episodes, but hey, it's a great way to show the status quo of the show. The boys never find out Perry's secret identity. Alright, CGI is not the best, but hey, it was made in 2007. I'll give it a pass.
I worry about you sometimes, Candace.
Very underrated meme.
Welcome to Mr. Slashy Burger.
Jeremy cameo. Sorta. He's not voiced by Mitchell Musso, but hey, good enough.
Anyone want a croissant?
The way Phineas pronounces that word. Danny Jacobs' vocals are always a win.
You know, if that thing crashes to Earth, Candace is in charge.
Brick joke to show the continuity that the show would later end up having. Super out of place now, but come on, it's a great visual gag.
We should have charged more.
Dan Povenmire recently confirmed that Phineas's line is the reason why all the other inventions get made. It's from the admissions from the initial roller coaster.
Yes! See, Mom? I told you they weren't there!
Oh, hi, boys.
Hi, Mom.
Let's go.
And And there we go, Candace's first loss of the series. It's kind of funny though.
That was awesome!
Agreed.
Well, he is a platypus. They don't do much.
They're the only mammals to lay eggs.
Very educational, Ferb.
You guys make a great team.
Well, a brother is a brother, but I couldn't have asked for a better one than Ferb. You know what I mean?
And there we go, Phineas and Ferb solidified their brotherly bond in stone.
Mom!
Give it a rest, Candace!
And that's how you end off with a bang. And there we go, that was Phineas and Ferb's first ever episode. Man, I don't understand how it took so long for Dan and Swampy to get this series off the ground. 16 years. Every character is just so likable and compelling, whether it's Phineas's wide-eyed optimism, though he is a bit snarky in this episode, Ferb's silent charisma, Isabella's eternal support for the boys, Candace's determination to achieve her goals, Perry's intuition during a time of need, and Doof being Doof. Like, wow, even back in 2007, I knew the show would lead to great things. To this day, Phineas and Ferb is still my favorite cartoon of all time. Admittedly, Rollercoaster isn't one of my favorite episodes, and in the grand scheme of things, it isn't even that great compared to what would come later. But man, what an iconic start. Is it any wonder that the Rollercoaster would end up being referenced over and over and over again, even a decade later? I do believe that Phineas and Ferb will be remembered for generations to come. Unlike some of the greats like, let's say, SpongeBob or The Simpsons, Phineas and Ferb never really overstayed its welcome, and in fact, only got better as time progressed. But yeah, that's my little review, CinemaWins Parody, over the pilot episode of the greatest cartoon of all time. Like and subscribe to Golden Goose Productions Incorporated. Leave a comment below if you want me to review some other episodes, or heck, even another series. Take care.